Hi everybody. It's Thursday, November 13th, 2008. Thanks for stopping by. Monday, November the 11th, I had the honor of meeting Dr. Ron Paul in Bay City, Texas. I'm part of his district now. I told him the story of how I voted for him in Mississippi, and then my wife got the job here at the nuclear plant, the South Texas project, and so we moved out here. And after we got here, I realized I was in Ron Paul's district, much to my surprise. And later on, he met my wife, and he said, "Oh, you must be Nate's wife," because she told him she worked at the plant. And I asked Dr. Paul what he thought about the Obama presidency, and he said he wasn't that optimistic that Obama was going to change things, but he added that he was also very he had been very unoptimistic about McCain changing things as well. I can't remember if he said he was even more optimistic or if he just said he was also unoptimistic about McCain, but I could tell that he was no supporter of McCain or Obama. So anyway, that's what happened on November 11th, and I took the video of his speech. Not anything special, just a short little speech, but he did talk about some of the things that he always talks about, basically fiscal responsibility, living within our means, and cutting back on our aggressive tendencies towards other nations, which is very important. Now, I'd like to direct your attention today to some of my favorites. I have found quite a few videos on YouTube lately that I think are extremely important for people to see. The video by Arundhati Roy is amazing, and I definitely urge you to watch it and pay close attention to the things that she's saying. The videos by George Galloway are extremely important. He is a stalwart opponent of racism and bigotry and jingoism and militarism, and if you want to be any kind of civilized human being, you better take his words seriously and listen to what he has to say and think about it. And there's also a lot of other videos. There's a man who was denied his Israeli citizenship because he was a Palestinian, and basically they just took his passport and said, "You can never have it back and you can never go home." And they told his wife, "If we ever get you out of the country, we're not letting you back." So she didn't leave. So he's now stuck outside of Israel, and his wife and 2 kids are stuck inside, and they'll probably never see each other again. And the reason is because he's a Palestinian. No other reason. So you can, say whatever you want. Give me the contents of your hate. Give me the arguments produced from your anger. I don't care. I don't care what you think. I don't care who you don't like, who you hate, who you're afraid of. It doesn't matter. You're still a human being, no better and no worse than any other human being, and you can't deny any human being their human rights. If you do, you're in the wrong. I don't care what you think. I don't care what's happened to you. If you deny someone their human rights, you are in the wrong. You have transgressed. You have something that you're going to have to answer for to somebody sooner or later. If there's a God, you will answer to him, and he'll be most harsh on all of you who have defended the oppression of others and worked for the oppression of people because they're not like you, and therefore you consider them to be less. It's nothing new. I mean, it's happened down through history, but it's wrong. And another thing that I want to mention in the Arundhati Roy video, this woman is extremely insightful, and she said some things that I think are extremely important for people to understand. And one of the things she said, this goes out to all you people who voted for Obama because he wasn't McCain, and all you people who voted for McCain because he wasn't Obama. You are voting for evil. People voted for Kerry because they didn't like the Iraq War, but guess what? Kerry wanted to escalate the Iraq War. That's what Arundhati Roy was talking about. She said, how can I support Kerry because I'm afraid of Bush while Kerry promises to send more troops to Iraq? How can I support someone who promises to escalate the war when I'm against it? Because I don't like somebody else? Is that the reason? When you people voted for Obama, even though he made no promise to withdraw all of our troops, or to, and even though he promised to escalate the war in Afghanistan, and even though he made no promises to undo any of the damage that Bush has done, which he may do, you never know, but I wouldn't count on it. He made no promise to repeal the MCA or the Patriot Act or the Patriot Act 2 or any of these horrible bills. And you people voted for him because he wasn't George Bush, and guess what? You fell right into George Bush's trap. Because George Bush isn't just George Bush. He's all of them. He's the ruling classes. And now, what's going to happen, what we're seeing now, is the beginning of the end. We're about to be disposed of, all of us, or most of it. I don't know how, I don't know when, but I know this. There's a symbiotic relationship. We support this empire with our tax dollars, with our work, with our children who go to war. And this empire supports us. Everything you buy comes from a major corporation. Everything you eat, everything you wear. And me too. I'm not above this either, but everything we have comes from the hands of our masters. And they give us all these things because they need us for the moment. But when they no longer need us, there will be no brutality that will not be visited upon us. Just like there's no brutality that's not visited upon the poor and ragged people of the third world who cannot defend themselves. You think that they have any scruples about dropping bombs on children? No, they already do it. We will be next when they don't need us anymore. And what we do now is we hold signs and we protest. This is symbolic protest. It's symbolic resistance. It's not real resistance. It's important to understand that fact. When you hold a sign, you are symbolically resisting. And it means very little because the people you are protesting to don't care what you think and don't care what you do as long as it doesn't hurt them. And it doesn't. It doesn't hurt them any when you hold a sign. And you get a permit to do that. If you don't get a permit, you can't even symbolically resist. They won't tolerate it. Now, here's what you need to do. Think about real resistance. What's real resistance? Don't pay your taxes. Don't depend on the hands of the master. Get your things from non-corporate sources. Tell your employer that you want to be paid as a contractor, and then when you get your pay, don't take any taxes out. Don't join the military. Oppose people who say that we need to start torturing people and giving up our civil liberties for safety. Tell people the truth. That's how you really resist, not with a sign. Thanks for watching.